afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Happy Saturday, everybody. How y'all doing? Um, Man, I'm feeling a lot better. I slept today, boy. Boy, did I sleep today. My body is making adjustment to this transition of the weather change. So you get a little body ache and stuffiness and stuff. So, I've been fighting it. Yeah, just getting some rest, um, taking my vitamin C, Alka-Seltzer Plus. And so I feel a whole lot better versus what I was feeling yesterday, man. I was feeling like straight up trash yesterday, but it's much better today. And every year I go through that's a little phase that I go through. Every time the seasons change, my body just make the adaptation. But man, how y'all doing today? Hope you had a great day. Of course, any day above ground is a wonderful day. But listen, I keep telling y'all, see, they got you focused on race, you know, being at odds with other people concerning race. This is good versus evil. All this madness that's going on is good versus evil. And boy, you're going to have to be in tune to your intuition. This is why you can't get caught up in the drama. You can't get caught up in all of this stuff they got on, the e-files. And man, let that garbage go. Let it go, okay? Because when God starts talking to you, he's going to talk to you through your intuition. See, because God gave man the dominion over the earth realm. So what's going on? Salvador, man, you the first person come up in here. Lauren, thank you for joining me. See, God gave man dominion over the earth, so God can't come down in the earth realm himself because he gave man dominion over that. And anything that God is going to do for you, he's going to do it through another person. Let me say that again. Anything God is going to do for you, he's going to do it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing good. Through another person. That's why you have to be careful about how you treat people. Because you don't know who is your blessing. See, I'm telling you, you don't know who your blessing is. And that's why you got, see, when you do right by people, you ain't got to be trying to remember nothing. Only the jokers out here running a flim-flam, trying to get over, are the ones that's going to have to remember what they said or did. Those are the only ones. But when you doing right by people, when you treating people right, when you living right, you ain't got to remember nothing because it's automatic. You're the same way. Okay? You are the same way. It's only them jokers that's and see, and ultimately, and that's what trip the dishonest people up is they eventually forget some of the stuff they done said, and it starts unraveling because they don't forget. But when you living right, man, not yet, not yet. No, I'm not focused on tours at this moment. I'm not focused on tours at this moment. Um, no, no, I'm not focused on my tours at this moment. Let me see here. Let me see something. Okay, so Lauren, see this. I'm gonna give you a good example of this person. Jesus is real. See, that's a troll. That person right there is a troll. Okay, that's Salvador Chavez or whoever that is. That's a troll. How do I know it's a troll? Because he asked me about my tours. Okay, that's how I know. That's why I had to go back. Thank you, and look him up. Okay, and this person that's talking about Jesus is gay, get them out of here too. Get them out too. All right, get them out. Because it might be you can play with a lot of things. Uh, okay, see, so that thank you. See that's all. And man, think about this, man. All somebody got to do is sit back and put a bunch of negativity into the universe. What you think coming back to you? You take it as a joke, but the universe ain't joking. It's not joking. And all that time, you see, I don't know how many, I don't know how many profiles this person. It's time consuming to sit there and make all them different profiles just so you control somebody. There's another one, Lauren. That's what the third. Hey Tanya, that's the third profile they done made that's been up in here that's been blocked. Okay. Look how many profiles they got. Damn. I mean, how much of your day does it take for you to sit down and do all of this stuff? I mean, think about that, man. You spend all your time with some negativity, and then I mean, for what? For what? What's the point? What is the point? I mean, really, what's the point? What is the point? You know? So you know. So I'm just you and it's hilarious to me because obviously you ain't got nothing else going on in your life. If you had something going on in your life, you wouldn't have all this time to sit back and do all this negative crap. I mean, that's just reality. If you had something going on in your life, the more so for you to sit down and make all these different profiles means, man, you ignoring something that's going on in your life. Okay? All right? You're ignoring that. So, but anyway, man, start. If you don't know what the voice of your intuition sounds like, you need to learn it. Okay? You need to learn it. That's what you need to do. If you don't know your intuition, I know, man, I'm not. Hey, listen, I must be doing something right. I must be, and see, that's one of the things that I'm telling my website builder. Boy, listen, it's gonna be some people that's gonna be coming up in here trying to do some crazy shit, and whatever security that you got on it, make it tight. because I know it's going to be a bunch of people sitting back trying to sabotage my website for whatever reason. They're going to sit back and try to sabotage it. Because, first of all, they're not going to believe when it's coming. I'm excited. I'm telling you, I am excited about my website. I really am. I'm excited. Okay? I'm excited. So, and that's going to take me all over the world. My website is going to take me all over the world with my message. Stop hating each other because you disagree. All over the world. And see, you can't. Sometimes it's if your heart is not into what you're doing, you will be easily discouraged. If your heart ain't in it, you will be easily discouraged. And that's what make you be persistent, because your heart is into. You're not doing it just for the money. You're doing it because that's in your heart to do. And when it's in your heart to do, that's when it's genuine. That's when it comes across real. When it's in your heart. Okay? And a lot of people don't know how to do things from their heart. They do it from their head, which means they got a hidden agenda. See, when people do something for you from their heart, they ain't looking for nothing. They're not expecting nothing. But that person that's doing it from their head, they got an agenda. They looking for something. Okay? And they don't have the heart is not deceitful. If the heart is deceitful, then why does God say, I will give you the desires of your heart? If it's deceitful. God ain't gonna give you nothing deceitful. He ain't gonna give you nothing dishonest. Because it says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. You ever had a person make a wisecrack with you and this, oh man, lighten up. I was just kidding. Don't be so serious. Whatever they said was true. Okay? Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth is gonna speak. Okay? It's gonna speak. So you have to be listening to what people say. And I'm sure a lot of y'all done experienced that, where somebody make a wisecrack at you and then try to play it off like, oh man, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can't even take a joke. That whatever they said was true. All right? It was true. And they trying to throw you off. And then later down the road, you'll end up seeing everything they said was true. Okay? This is becoming a spiritual battle that we are entering into. This is a spiritual battle. A lot of people looking at it from race and politics and all the Jeremiah 17. Man, let me look that up. Let me look that up. I got to pull my axe out here. All right, Jeremiah. Boy, I turned right to the chapter too. I turned right to the chapter. Let's see here. The Lord searches the heart, tests the mind, even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruits of his doing. Well, where do you think the fruits of your doing come from? Your heart. Let me read that to you in the Message Bible. But I, God, search the heart and examine the mind. I get to the heart of the human. I get to the root of things. I treat them as they really are, not as they pretend to be. You see? All right? See, when you're pretending to be something, you're not genuine. You're not real. Okay? You have an ulterior motive. But all of your actions are going, whether it's good or evil, because that's what's in your heart. If you're a bad person and you do things bad, that's what's in your heart. Okay, a bad tree can't produce good fruit. Okay, it's what's in your heart, because God say He will give you the desires of your heart, and that's why you got to keep it clean by how you treat people, how you act. And unfortunately, we got a lot of people in the name of Jesus that's saying one thing in public, but getting behind closed doors and doing something totally different. I keep telling y'all, man, when somebody walk up to you and say, you believe in Jesus? They trying to get you to drop your guard. That's what they trying to do. And think about this. How they gonna know you telling the truth? If they ask you, you believe in Jesus? How you know the response is true? How do you know? Because a lot of people will just tell you stuff that you want to hear. And this is how a lot of people are deceived. Okay, it always comes out. It's always gonna come out. It might take some time. And even now, since time is speeding up, it's coming out a lot faster than what it used to. Okay, it's coming now. Things, karma is coming back faster. It used to take years for that karma to come back, but now that things have accelerated, man, that karma is coming back faster than ever. As soon as you do it, man, you getting the results of it. But what is it that you're putting into the universe? And a lot of people are doing stuff in a jokingly manner, what they think is a joke. But the universe don't know if you joking or if you real. They gonna take everything you do is real. The universe will take whatever you're doing as fact. It's going to take it as fact. There is no filter. Okay? And this is why you got to be real careful, man, about what you're putting out. You got to be, and that requires some discipline, because, a lot of people are impatient. A lot of people want stuff to happen just like this. Proverbs, that's my book. Hold on, that's my book. That's my book. Let's read it. That's my book. 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Okay, but if you go up to 20, it says a man's stomach shall be filled from the fruit of his mouth. From the produce of his lips, he shall be filled. Man, that's what you say. Look at that. You told me 18:21, but go up to 20. A man's stomach shall be satisfied from the fruit of his mouth. From the produce of his lips, he shall be filled. In the Message Bible, 20 says, word satisfies the mind as much as fruit does the stomach. Good talk is as gratifying as good harvest. 21 in the Message Bible say words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose. Okay? You choose. It's your choice of what you going how you gonna do. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. It's your choice. All right. Matter of fact, in chapter 12, verse 19, the truthful lip shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. See, a lot of people getting out here deceiving, trying to be dishonest, and getting over. Man, that's just for a moment. Because all that stuff is going to come crashing down. It's going to come crashing down. And see, before Jesus come back, there's going to be a wealth transfer. The wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Okay? There's going to be a wealth transfer before Jesus come back. Matter of fact, thank you, Lord. If you go, and this is where I am. Listen. This is Proverbs chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 12. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge and discretion. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogance, and the evil way. And the perverse mouth I hate. Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me kings reign, and rulers decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, and all the judges of the earth. I love those who love me, and those who seek me will diligently find me. Riches and honor are with me, enduring riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yes, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I traverse the way of righteousness, which means I travel the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of justice, that I may cause those who love me to inherit wealth, that I may fill their treasuries. Well, if wisdom and understanding is causing you to inherit wealth, man, that means you're going to run into something. You're going to get an idea, and it's going to click. What do you got? Proverbs 19:23. The fear of the Lord leads to life, and he who has it will abide in satisfaction. He will not be visited with evil. The fear of the Lord leads to life. Man, see, when you fear God, you have a reverence for God. You ain't gonna go out here and do nothing stupid because you have a reverence for God. Okay? It's not, this is not, you're afraid of what's going to happen to you if you disobedient. And see, right now, a lot of people play with God. They talk God, but they don't live it. See, and this is the problem. This is why we got so many, Mississippi is in the house. Man, thank you for joining me. Yeah, man, tell me where you're from. So I can give you a shout out. This is the problem. Too many people right now who call themselves Christians. are now playing with God because they're trying to be impressive. See, they want to give the image. You got a lot of pastors, a lot of them that you like, okay, that is playing with God because it's all about them tithes and offerings for most preachers. Okay? It's think about this, y'all. With as many churches as we got, I'm gonna just use America. With as many churches, Florida is in the house. Thank you for joining me. See, with as many Christians and as many churches that we have, how come we got so much evil in the world? Hell, just about every other corner, you can find a church. How come we got so much evil in the world? If these churches are doing their jobs, why is there so much evil? Why is there so much hatred in the world? Distrust in the world, anger in the world. If we got all of these churches, who, what you teaching? And these are, and believe it or not, um, you got Christians scared to speak to each other, and they believe in the same Jesus, and won't even speak to each other. Scared, okay, scared. So this is the time that you are going to have to elevate what you're doing. You and see, and most folk don't want to be the light. Most folk don't want to be the light because if 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 they are, they're afraid of the rejection. Okay, they're afraid of the rejection. If they are the light. Because I'm telling you from experience. See, getting out here, man, trying to unite people, trying to bring people together, a lot of folk not going to accept it because of their insecurities. See, a lot of people will judge you not based on who you are, but based on their insecurities. That's all they see. And so they paint everybody with a broad brush. And you're going to have to know the difference. Okay? All right? You going to have to know the difference. And when God talk to you, he's going to talk through your intuition. Even if a person, he sends a person to say something to you, you're going to feel it. You'll know. You'll know. You're going to know. Because whatever they tell you, man, it's going to hit you. And you're going to feel it. You see? And that's the difference. Well, your conscience is your intuition. That's your intuition. You can call it whatever you want. That's your intuition. Discernment. Okay? However you want to look at it, that's what it is. It's that inner voice that's in you that's talking. Okay? Integrity has a major part to play in how you live. If you don't walk in your integrity, how you think God gonna bless you? Oh, let me ask that question again. If you don't walk in your Um, Dana says Satan speaks to us as well. Yeah, to do something wrong. Satan ain't gonna never tell you to do what's right. Let me say that again. Satan is never gonna tell you to do what's right. That's how you know the difference of the voices in your head. Because if a voice is trying to tell you to do something wrong, that ain't God. God ain't gonna tell you to do nothing wrong. And Satan ain't gonna tell you to do something right. He ain't gonna it's defeating. If he tried to tell you how to live right, then he's defeating himself. He ain't gonna tell you to do what's right. You know, mark my word for it. If Satan is talking to you and you listening, everything he's telling you to do is evil and wrong. That's all Satan is gonna give you is evil and wrong thoughts. He ain't gonna tell you to do what's right. Okay? And you have to know the difference in what you're listening to. Okay? All right? You got to know the difference. Satan ain't gonna tell you to go out and try to steal somebody else's wife or husband. Okay? He definitely wants it, and he gonna instill that doubt by trying to make you disbelieve. Okay? And unfortunately, when a lot of these thoughts start coming in, that's when you have to check them. You have to dismiss them. No, that ain't God. I'm not doing that. No. And you can only do that through the power of your discernment. But if you caught up in drama, if you caught up in some confusion, anger, revenge, and resentment, see, now the devil can use you. Okay? All right? When you caught up in drama, confusion, distraction, that's when Satan can use you. Okay? All right? Um and let me see who this is. Let me see who this is. Let me see who this is. I got somebody. See, listen to me. Listen to me. Why do you put faith in somebody else's prayers and not your own? Especially when them people don't know nothing about you and you want them to pray for you. I don't know what kind of life you living. And this is the Bentley family. I don't know what kind of life you living. I don't even know who you are. First of all, you come up in here, you ain't yourself. You ain't the real you. But you want me to pray for you. And you come up here in disguise. But you want me to pray for you. Really? Okay? Really? And see, a lot of y'all get caught up in that trap. You always want somebody else to do what you can do for yourself. How come you ain't praying for yourself? Get your own prayers to work. And you ain't got to depend on nobody else. Because see, a lot of these people you asking to pray for, you don't know what kind of life they living. You don't know. You don't have any idea. And let me see. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna find that scripture. Uh, Let me see here. Well, I got something for you. Uh, um, let me see here. 1 Timothy 5:22. It says this. Do not lay hands on anyone hastily, nor share in other people's sins. Keep yourself pure. Okay? You don't, you see, you're not supposed to be quick to oh, I'm dressed like a slave. Let me show that. Let me show that. Cause this is my persona. That's why. This is my persona. You might think that I'm dressed like a slave, but this is actually, a brand. Okay? This is a brand that that I've developed. So I'm glad it got your attention. Let me see when you came on. 2013. I'll let you stick around. I'll let you. Oh, you. Yeah, let him stick around. You came 2013, so you've been around for a minute. I'll let you hang around. You know. No. See, listen. You have to know who you are. You can't let other people define you. See, if you don't know who you are, then people will easily offend you because you're insecure. You don't know who you are. I know who I am, and I know that I look the part of my brand. That's why everybody's talking about it, because I look like my brand. If I didn't look like a conductor, man, they'd be eating me alive. Okay? They would be eating me alive. But when you know who you are, you ain't got to be offended. You ain't got to be offended by what somebody say, because you know who you are. So it don't bother me when somebody try to criticize or demonize my brand, my persona. Matter of fact, let me give you the definition of persona, so you'll know. Persona. A persona is the social facade, public image, or assumed identity an individual presents to the world, often distinct from their true private self. When I'm in street clothes, I'm done folding. I'm Vivian's husband. When I'm in street clothes, okay? But when I'm in my persona, I'm the truth conductor, because I look like one. That's my persona. That's not me. When I want to be incognito, man, I put on street clothes. Because most folk, the image that I get most people to recognize is this one. Rarely do you see me go live in my street clothes. Every time I go live, I'm in my persona. And persona is nothing but a public image or an assumed identity. That's all a persona is. Okay? Well, okay, so why you up in here? That's the next question. Uh, I don't think you ain't got enough subscribers to go live yourself. But you can come up in here on my live. Because you don't have enough content to get 1,000 subscribers. You only got 31. Simo, Simoja, whatever your name is, you only got 31 subscribers. And you've been at this now for, let's see, since 2013. 13 years later, you can only get 30-some people to follow you. But you want to come up here swinging big dick. Get the fuck up out of here. Come on, man. Come on. You on the right playground. Okay? I'm not offended. If I was offended, I'd have blocked your ass. If I was offended, I'd have blocked your ass. Don't get it twisted. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Okay? If I was offended, you wouldn't even be here. And I got some moderators in here right now. And all I got to do is tell them, hey, get rid of him. You gone. See, that's my moderator warning you. So if you want to come up here in peace, hey man, do that. But this ain't the little dick playground. You're in the wrong playground. This is not the little dick playground. Okay? It's not. So don't get it twisted. Don't get this twisted, buddy. You're in the right place. You barking up the right tree. Yes, you are. And see, that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, we got to be. What's missing is civil discourse. That's what's missing. Okay, that's what's missing. Civil discourse. Being able to disagree with somebody and still be able to sit down and communicate. That's civil discourse. You know? And see, and if you could go live, say, rather than come up here criticizing me, why don't you try to increase your subscribers? Or you think that by criticizing me, you're going to get some subscribers off me. Maybe that's your plan. Maybe that's what you're trying to do, because you ain't got the content to get them yourself. Okay? Thank you. Agree and disagree in love. And right now, we disagree and want to kill each other. And that's the problem. Well, why are you here? Samoja, if you haven't uploaded YouTube in 7 years, why are you here? Why are you on my live? Why are you here? Don't bother. Hold on, Laura. Why are you here? Let's have a little conversation. What attracted you to this live? Seriously, I'd like to know what attracted you to my live. Okay? I mean, I'd like you to answer that question. What attracted you? Why are you here? Obviously, if you haven't uploaded YouTube in 7 years, you really don't care. So why are you here? Why are you even on YouTube if you don't bother to upload some content? Oh, it randomly popped up in your feed and the hat looked goofy. Really? It looks goofy. But what you got? And you think your picture? Let me show y'all. This is his picture. You want to talk about goofy? Look at his picture. And that's probably ain't even him. That's goofy. That is goofy. Okay? Since you want to sit there your picture is right there. That's your picture. That's goofy. And you got to living in a glass house trying to throw stones at me. Okay? I'm not I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I told you, if I was offended, man, I'd get your ass out of here. Okay? You better pay attention, buddy. Because you got one more strike and you out. I ain't got to get rid of you. You out. Okay? She done gave you a second warning. And I'm telling you, she don't play. Okay? But anyway, but see, and here again, this how the devil do. See, when you trying to be some light, the devil always gonna send a distraction to you. That's what the devil gonna do. When you trying to be the light, when you trying to encourage somebody, when you trying to uplift somebody, man, that is what's gonna happen. This guy is coming up in here as a distraction. Instead of just listening and doing whatever it is, okay? Thank you, Angie. Thank you. Okay? And you can't, and listen, don't take it personal. There are plenty of people. What's going on, Bernie? Up in man, I got that blessing you sent me last night, buddy. I got that. Thank you, brother. I got that blessing. Thank you, brother. I got that blessing last night. Thank you, man. Man, I got two of my biggest givers up in here. Tanya, boy, I got all my. There's another one, man. She support me. Tanya support me. Bernie support me. Lauren support me. Okay. And in them three, two of them my biggest givers. Okay? Two of them are my biggest givers. Okay? Okay? So, but when man, see, this how the devil gonna do you. When you trying to do God's work, and when you trying to be the light, the devil is always gonna try to disrupt whatever it is you doing or you saying. And see, you know when you're effective when you start getting some opposition. See, if I wasn't effective in what I'm doing, then I wouldn't get no opposition. But I know I'm reaching somebody. And I'll listen, you ain't got to have hundreds and thousands of people. Man, you touch one person. You don't know who they know. That one person that you touch, you don't know who they know. Okay? And they gonna touch somebody else. And that's all you got to do is, man, just get in and just one person. If you could just touch one person a day, man, that's 365 people that you have had an impact on. Imagine if you're touching 2 or 3 people a day in a year. Look how many people you have touched. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, brother. Man, that's a good brother right there, man. That's a good brother. Okay? No, I ain't gonna stop, man. I've been at this too long. If my heart wasn't in it, I would have gave up a long time ago. I'm telling y'all, even I haven't been down to the White House now, and I'm not going back until after my court date. I'm not going back down there until after my court date, which is the 19th of March. I got what's the day? 12 more days. I'm gonna sit here in front of this phone and talk to people and trust God that He gonna open up a way. Man, that brother, that Bernie, just left out of here last night. He said, man, give me your Zelle. and sent me some money. That money he sent me is what I'm gonna be able to go and put down tomorrow. That's what I mean. That's how. See, God will open up a way for you if you just believe and just trust and don't worry. I don't know where that money coming from, Lauren. I don't know where that money gonna come from. That ain't my concern where it's coming from. My concern is just believing that these next 12 days, God gonna keep my head above water. That's all. And see, and maybe this was the incident that I need to happen for me to go and say, boy, let's get your website up. Get your website up so you can get away from this garbage, this trash here. You done put 6 years on this street. Now it's time to go up to another level. Okay? It's time for you to go up another level. And I'm telling y'all, man, I'm excited. My website is gonna be off the chain. And not only is it gonna be off the chain, but whenever she asked me, say, now, do you mind if we use you as an example of what we're doing? I said, no, I don't mind whatsoever. By all means, use my website. If you talking to people, you realize how much that's gonna help me? That when she's talking to other people about what she do and use me as the example, do you realize how much that's going to help me? Do you realize how many people that are going to just tune in because she's using me as the example? Come on, man. Come on. And even when I had my DCBlackTours.com, she said, can I use you as an example? Absolutely. You can use me. Absolutely. Yes, you can. And see, and this is why I keep telling you, man, God is getting ready to show up in this world like never before, because a lot of people don't. What's going on, New York? A lot of people don't even believe that God is still God. And I'm talking about some Christians, because they haven't seen a move of God to make a believer out of them. A lot of people just talk God, but they don't live it. A lot of people talk God, but they don't live it. That's the farthest thing from their mind, is living godly. Cause they living for now. They want it right now. Don't nobody want to work for nothing. Don't nobody want to sacrifice. Have you ever noticed that a lot of people will not show you what they're going through, but when they get out on the other end, then they want to brag about it. But you never see in real time what they're going through. And if you notice, a lot of these people that's going around calling themselves life coaches and all this stuff, man, the majority of the examples they have to use is on somebody else's life. They can't show you what they're talking about on their life. They got to use somebody else's life as an example, because that example that they're talking about ain't in their life. And y'all falling for that. See, if somebody telling you something, they should be able to point out in their lives where they've had that experience. Most folk don't do that. They'll point out somebody else's life. They'll tell you how somebody else did it. What's going on, Denise? How you doing? Okay? And be careful. Be careful about that, man. Be careful. Because a lot of people are doing stuff. Lead by example, absolutely. And most folk cannot lead by example. They got to make some stuff up. Okay? They got to make it up. They got to use somebody else because it ain't in their life. And when people are using other folks' lives as an example to try to teach you, they just in it for the money. Oh, let me say that again. When somebody got to use another person's life as the example of what they're trying to teach you, man, they in it just for the money. They in it for the money. Because it's nothing personal for them. But you should be, whatever you're teaching, whatever you're saying, man, you should have an example in your own life. Okay? It's just that simple. All right? Have an example in your own life. Man, get away from this drama, y'all. Get away from this confusion. Now is the time to tap in. This is the time for you to tap in. Okay? So that you can know. And don't be too quick. Just because everybody else is doing, man, don't jump on the latest trend. Man, tap into your own intuition. See what God telling you to do. Okay? See, a lot of people trying to use these different what do you call it? Bitcoin and all these, man, trust God. Trust God. And see, one of the problems is we've never seen God's wealth in the earth realm. This is the problem. See, we haven't seen God's wealth that he blessed somebody else with in the earth realm. That's the problem. We haven't seen God's wealth in the earth realm. And it's coming. It's coming. See, most of the people that's getting theirs, man, they hook, crook, beg, steal, or borrow. How they done got their millions or billions. And you notice, have you noticed that a lot of rich people need security? They can't live a normal life with their money. Man, I'm living a normal life with my money. Because when I'm out, I'm going to be blessing people. I ain't going to need no security. The people going to be my security. Because every time I come around and you're around me and God tell me to bless you, going to bless me. And then if somebody messing with me because I'm such a giver, people are like, nah, man, leave True Conductor alone. Buddy, you got to leave him alone. But notice, most rich people, they can't have a normal life. Why not? With all that money. And they can't even live a normal, everyday life. And I tell you now, you wasn't begging me when I was broke. You wasn't talking. Don't be coming when I get some money. Don't be coming up talking about you wasn't asking me nothing for nothing when I was broke. Why all of a sudden now, because you know I got some money, you gonna start asking me for something? Man, get out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. You ain't got to ask me. I have a good relationship with God. And if God want me to bless you, he going to do that. And he going to tell me, bless this person. I'm going to know it. You ain't got to ask me for nothing. I'm telling you up front. See, because it's the ones that's coming asking you are the ones that's got an agenda. Don't ask me for nothing. If God want me to bless you, he going to tell me, bless this person. And I'm going to do it. Don't ask me for nothing. And you ain't gonna make me feel guilty either. You know, I saw where this comedian that was that was that was hit by a Walmart truck, and an old friend of his saw him and said, "Hey man, I'm homeless. Help me out." And he said his response was, "That ain't my problem that you homeless." See, that ain't the way to handle that situation. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Damn, I see his face, but I can't think of his name right now. But he got hit by a Walmart truck and was on. He used to be on Saturday Night Live. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Um, Damn, I can't even think of his face now. Matter of fact, let me Google it. Um, but he and the cameras was there. Let me see, comedian. Okay, Tracy Morgan. Tracy. Oh yeah, Tracy Morgan. Yeah, Tracy Morgan. Uh, um, Lauren. There's something. There is. I think that's gonna be the case to start tracking people. I think they're gonna use that case as the spark to start being, yeah, Nancy Guthrie. They gonna start using that case with instilling fear in people to start putting devices on them, in their skin, on their bodies, so they can be tracked. I think that's the case that's going to instill a lot of fear in people that they start tracking. That's that because you think about this, man. In 2026, how you just vanish and don't nobody know where you at? When they got satellites that can read tag numbers, and you gonna tell me that you got somebody abducted and you can't even find them? Something's wrong with that. It's another agenda with that. And they're gonna see anytime somebody try to use fear to get you to make a decision, they have an agenda. Let me say that again. Anytime somebody try to use fear, notice when you go to the doctor, they use fear to put you on medicine. They use fear to get you medicated. Oh, you don't want your blood pressure. You don't want to, they use fear. And a lot of y'all fall for that. Okay? A lot of y'all falling for that. And her daughter got money. Her daughter got money. Okay? Her daughter has money. And your money can't find your mama? Your money can't find your mama? She just vanished in thin air and nobody can find her? Has a huge portfolio and nobody can find her? I mean, seriously. No, nobody can find your mama? And it makes you wonder, how come they didn't put a big lump sum of money up from the beginning? Hey, I got 500,000. Here's $1 million. Man, I want my mama back. I want my mama. Man, that 10, 20, $50,000, man, that's all your mama is worth. I mean, serious. Matter of fact, let me see how much money they're offering. Um, oh, now they done put it up to $1 million. You should have started that out from the jump. Say 100K. They saying now it's up to $1 million, but you should have started that out from the jump. You should have started that out from the jump. If you were serious. I mean, if when it first happened, I think all they put out was $100,000. What? That's all your mama worth? 100,000 to you? And I don't have no proof, but I believe when it boils down, man, it's gonna be an inside job. Somebody, that's somebody they know. There's somebody that they know. That's what's gonna happen. I believe that. That's just my personal opinion. Don't have no proof. But I believe this is somebody that they know, that's known to the family, that's doing this. And it all stems from jealousy. Okay? It all stems from jealousy. I don't know who. I got enough moderators right now. I got enough moderators right now. And then let me. I got enough moderators right now. Right now, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. If I lose one, I'll come back and revisit this. No, you can't be no moderator. You ain't been around long enough. No. You can't be no moderator. You ain't been around long enough. You might be one of my trolls. You might be one of my trolls. No, no. You ain't got nothing going on. You ain't got nothing going on your site. No. One subscriber? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No, no. $40 million. $40 million. Hey, listen. Hey, my condolences, but how you gonna come up in here and tell me what to do on my site? Oh Lord, I'm telling you, people are hilarious. People are hilarious. All right, y'all. Listen, I've been on here an hour. Man, get in tune with your intuition, okay? Cause stuff is about to get real. We gonna go through some stuff. See, everybody looking at this war and like thinking that it ain't gonna affect them. Man, this madness is gonna affect all of us, especially if you ain't rich. See, rich people can get up and go anywhere in the world they want to, and their bills are still gonna be paid. They still gonna be able to live the lifestyle that they're accustomed to living. Poor folk are the ones that's gonna suffer and be trapped. And we treating each other like animals. Okay? And we need to change that because we're going to need each other in the long run. All right? See y'all later.